moving on, the ConCourt is currently hearing the lawyers for human rights challenge the provisions of the Immigration Act relating to detention. Lawyers for human rights are arguing that the procedures and safeguards governing the detention of suspected illegal foreigners is unconstitutional. They claim that Immigration Act does not afford a detained person the automatic right to appear before a court within 48 hours for the court to confirm the lawfulness of their detention.
As this court will know, the effect of Section 34(2)(b) of the Immigration Act is that there is no automatic judicial oversight when a person is first detained for purposes of deportation. Indeed, that detention can take place for up to 30 days without any form of judicial oversight at all, unless the detainee happens to have the knowledge, the language abilities, and the wherewithal to request that a court considers this issue.
The lawyers for human rights argue Immigration Act relating to detention is unconstitutional. The Immigration Act does not afford suspected illegal foreigners automatic right to appear before court within 48 hours. The Act does not allow detained persons suspected of being an illegal foreigner to confirm lawfulness of detention within 48 hours.
Good afternoon to you and good afternoon to our viewers at home. It was a very heated debate here at the Constitutional Court when the respondent was alleging that the Section 35(1)(d) of the Immigration Act actually does not constitute or does not allow the applicant to say that this is unconstitutional. What has been happening is unconstitutional. The detention of the illegal immigrant detained for the purpose of deportation is actually what is happening. There is no criminality in it. What the respondent is arguing is that there is no way that someone can be detained in a manner that they are foreseeing a legal conviction or a criminal conviction. Therefore, it is important to note that deportation as well as criminal procedures are two different things. Hence, they make sure that they detain illegal immigrants for at least for a period of 30 days, and then they are able to then determine whether they are able to deport them or they are going to make them go to court. However, the applicant also argues that they can't detain people for 30 days, the 30 days period, because it is unconstitutional. A person that is detained should appear before court within 48 hours to either challenge the lawfulness of their detainment, or they can be able to say you are going to go through trial. However, in this case that we have seen, it has not been happening. Home Affairs has been detaining the alleged illegal immigrants for a period of 30 days, and some of them stay even longer, not even getting that opportunity to appear in court in person, because the applicant's argument is that a person should appear in court in person in order for them to be able to challenge the lawfulness of their detainment, because if they are not there in person, therefore the Section 35(2)(d) of the Immigration Act then is not efficient enough. So what they are saying also, the applicant, is that once this court has given an order, the Department of Home Affairs has to write a report that will determine what is it that they are going to do going forward, so that their clients are able to know what is it that is going to happen to them. Because another argument is that they do explain to the illegal immigrants, but some of them don't even understand how the South African law works. So therefore it is important for them to appear before the court in person within 48 hours so that they are able to be explained, so that their rights rather are explained to them by someone who understands their rights. Because the argument is that sometimes when an immigrant officer explains their rights to them, they explain in a language that they don't understand. However, in court you have an interpreter who is able to explain to them in a language that they understand. Speaking to Diaspora Forum, they also mentioned that it has been scared for their immigrants to go to Home Affairs and apply or reapply for their permits to be renewed, because some of them even get arrested at the offices of Home Affairs. So therefore, it's been very difficult for the immigrants, whether legal or illegal, in this country.
Well, thank you very much, Namusa, for that update. Unfortunately, we are running out of time, so we are going to have to leave it there. ANN7 reporter Namusa Pungula coming to us live from the Constitutional Court, where the ConCourt is currently hearing the lawyers, or was hearing the lawyers for the human rights challenge the provisions of the Immigration Act relating to the issue of detention. Stay tuned to ANN7. We are going to keep you up to date.